Caucus goers are almost an hour away from their meetings, but it's who will be watching on TV that candidates want to impress.
As Illinois residents tune into the Iowa caucuses, the results may impact their vote in the Democratic and Republican primaries. However, as I found out in tonight's top story, the Iowa caucus will have a particular impact on college students going to the polls in the fall.
College students play a very important part. In 2008, it was a huge thing. Senator Obama's campaign did a great job of getting college students to organize and go and participate and sort of argue on his behalf.
Caucuses don't count toward the primaries or the general election, but instead gauge the interest of likely voters. The Iowa caucus is the first opportunity for students to decide on a candidate.
The Iowa caucus kind of focuses in and says, okay, this is a presidential election year, you know, we're getting started. And so I think for a lot of students when they tune in, they'll be kind of trying to figure out, okay, what do these candidates have to say?
As the students shift their attention to the general election, voter turnout will be an important part of not only the caucuses tonight, but the presidential race as a whole.
We keep seeing, a very low youth vote in the fall, and so it's no wonder we don't see reform in terms of student loan interest rates and college tuition hikes. If we don't vote, the politicians aren't going to pay attention to us when they get elected.
The candidates themselves are making their own effort to harness the young person vote and drive high school and college students to the polls.
Senator Sanders' campaign had reached out to high school seniors in Iowa and about 20 other states around the country. If you were 18 at the time of the general election, you are able to vote in the primary. So I think that Senator Sanders has done an excellent job of reaching out to people who are currently 17. They're not old enough to vote right now, but they are still able to caucus.
However, Anderson says there is one thing EIU students and other voters should remember when watching the caucus coverage tonight.
Pay very close attention, because at some point a decision that one of these people makes ultimately could wind up being, the difference between, you paying back massive student loans and you maybe not paying back anything at all.
Caucuses start at 7 with Hillary Clinton and Senator Bernie Sanders, the frontrunners on the Democratic side, and Donald Trump and Ted Cruz for the Republicans. We'll have the full results in tomorrow's edition of Newswatch.